Every year we get indie games that are under the radar and a welcome surprise. This year alone we got Ball Pit, Escape from Duck-Off, and Mega Bonk, just to name a few. I adore space themed games, but we don't mention Starfield around here. So when I heard there was going to be a co-op space themed game revolving around managing your ship, exploring for loot, and fighting both on the ground and in space, I was definitely intrigued. But before we continue the video, I do want to thank the developers over at LazysGames for providing me with a code. Receiving codes from a developer won't affect my opinion of the game, so you can rest easy knowing I'll give my unbiased opinion. I was going to buy the game regardless because I put 10 hours into the Steam Next Fest demo. I ended up gifting the game to a friend so he could join me in some outer space shenanigans. Jump Space can be classified as a roguelike because the missions and enemies are always random when starting a new mission. The galaxy map lets you choose your difficulty and the type of mission you'll be doing. The difficulty ramps up pretty fast when you start trying to moderate and higher difficulties, so since we're only a 2-person crew, we stuck to the easier difficulties to find upgrades for our ship. As of writing this review, we only discovered 2 ships available for us to use. The ship upgrades, as far as I know, are permanent and are upgradable in the hub area between missions. You'll want to be upgrading the components of your ship as much as possible to tackle the harder missions. We upgraded our guns and power before trying a modern mission, and it still felt like we were undermanned and outgunned, barely surviving. It was difficult but more engaging because we had to repair the ship, put out fires, and recharge shields while at the same time taking fire and trying to dodge missiles from enemy ships. The gameplay loop is simply addicting. You take on missions and do quests for the NPCs in the hub area, which sort of serves as a tutorial for the rest of the game.
Great job. The coalition ship is safe, and they've agreed to stand with us.
You start small with salvaging missions, and once you feel more confident and learn the deeper mechanics of the game, you can tackle the more demanding missions. There are some missions that also have star charts that unlock new regions for you to explore in the galaxy map. The new regions are more difficult but also have new components you can't get anywhere else. This gives you incentive to keep running missions and finding better components for your ship so you can do even harder missions and find better loot. The core gameplay has you jumping between different zones where you complete an objective while also scanning for points of interest and other optional goodies. This usually means plundering a derelict ship or shooting down enemy corvettes for their materia and loot. There's also buoys you can find that contain guns and equipment for you to use. As far as I know, you don't keep the guns and equipment after you complete a mission. However, if you do have them on your person when you jump back to base, you do keep it on you. Not sure if it's intended, but me and my friend were able to start the next mission off with some decent gear, which will help a lot for the harder missions. The hub area is where you'll be upgrading your ship and its components. The upgrades are simply more damage numbers, faster booster charge, or more shields for certain modules. The power module is probably the most important and interesting component on your ship. It allows you to have more than one gun available for the crewmate helping on the gunner turrets and powers every other module on the ship. Every module on your ship takes up space on your power grid, which you'll have to Tetris to make them fit and usable for your ship during missions. Now let's talk about some of the things that I don't necessarily dislike, but I hope gets changed or updated in the future. This game is still in early access, so these are subject to change. 1. There are a few bugs here and there that involve collision and physics. Sometimes the ship will just launch you if you hit it at a weird angle, and there was even one time where I fell through the world. Luckily, there's an unstuck button in the pause menu. I wish more games had an unstuck button because, let's face it, games in 2025 are going to have bugs and glitches, especially early access ones. 2. There needs to be more enemy variety. Now this might change in later regions or even future updates, but so far we've been to 3 different regions and the enemies have always been the same robots on the ground and higher tier ships in space. Don't get me wrong, the combat is serviceable on the ground and amazing when dogfighting in space, but after 10 plus missions, you do wish there was something else to shoot at. So would I recommend Jump Space? I 100% would. I'm a nerd for anything space themed, so to get a co-op roguelike space game is right up my alley. Mind you, this game is in early access right now, so that might turn some people away, but this makes me excited for future updates. Early access isn't always a poison pill for games if it's done right. I haven't tried Jump Space solo, but there is a server browser if you want to try your luck with randoms. Anyways, that's the video. Thanks again for clicking on the video, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more reviews in the future. Peace!